Brahmaya Vidmahe Shivatatatvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shivatatatvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shivatatatvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namah. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat. Om Harim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Harim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Harim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shivatatatvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Jai Mohanji and Namaste once again. Thank you all for making the time to join. So today I will be sharing with you all my Shivaratri experience. And the reason we actually have these experiences are a privilege given to us, or it's a blessing given to us by our beloved Guruji on this journey. So by sharing this with you all, some way or the other, we all learn. So Shivaratri 2021, the preparation of Shivaratri was pretty intense because of time constraints. We had to work around the fact of work and then going to the ashram and preparing and helping as and where we could. But the beauty part of all of that was the fact that everything just got done so effortlessly. Everybody came together, devotees, the volunteers came together and just made everything happen seamlessly. And obviously our beloved Swamiji, it would definitely not have been possible without him. So on the day of Shivaratri, the morning started and I had some commitments early in the morning at 7 o'clock. And we were doing a seva for the day as well. And 7 o'clock in the morning and then 12 o'clock midday, I had commitments. And then I was trying to work around that in order to do what needed to be done for the seva and then see to those commitments as well. And next thing you know, I get a phone call and my friend was like, you know what, don't worry about it. It's sorted for the day. And I'm like, oh, okay, Jai Mohanji, Keegan, guess what? Everything's sorted because there was a big stress for me. So that kind of set the tone for Shivaratri for me on the day. Getting the seva stuff done and putting together the seva and handing out, it would have not at all been possible without Auntie Lorraine and Uncle. I think the main thing there is the fact that they just made themselves available at the back end calling. I remember we just called and said, Auntie Lorraine, we need help. Please help us, because of, again, time constraints to get things set up and in order for the puja and homa in the evening, so that devotees could come through to the ashram. So yeah, time wasn't on our side on that day, but Baba's blessings, he just puts the right people in the right places, and everything happened as it needed to, which was actually one of the lessons for Shivaratri for me as well. So when it came to the Shivaratri proceedings, there was no pep talk this time. So for me personally, I just remembered, what was said, because this was the first Shivaratri that I spent and observed or celebrated with the Mohanji Dattatapovan Ashram. So whatever lessons I took away from Navaratri, I tried my utmost best to practice there. And yes, I did slip. Definitely, there's more learnings to take from that. But with the grace of Baba, and everything just went so smoothly. Even though there was a storm, there was heavy rain, all of us were protected. Yes, the marquee was up, but we weren't badly affected by that storm, which we're really, really grateful for, because the puja homa as well as the chanting thereafter went off absolutely well. So I'm just going to talk on a few aspects that I took away from Shivaratri, because I believe that every day is a learning. And I spoke about this in my Navaratri experience sharing, whereas Swamiji spoke to the fact that every day after, the 11th day of Navaratri is the most important. And that being said, it's because you choose to either go back to your normal ways or living the consciousness that you have been living in for those 10 days of Navaratri. So keeping that in mind, I soldiered on. And these are a few aspects that I took away from Shivaratri, because every encounter, every day is a learning. So acceptance was a big, big one for me, because everything happens the way it's supposed to. And by accepting that, you just flow with it. It goes back to the example that we always use, where it's either you flow against the current or you flow with it. And choosing to flow with the current, it's actually much easier, because there's no suffering with it. There's no anxiety. So I suffer from anxiety, and there was no anxiety during Shivaratri. It wasn't that bad, at least. So it's not that there wasn't any anxiety. It wasn't that bad as it would have been. Patience was another huge, huge learning for me, because everybody has their own process and experiences. And the main thing to take away from that is me, or us as people or individuals rather, need to concentrate on our process and our experiences and focus mostly on us. Because if we better ourselves, that's when we now enable ourselves to help others. If we don't work on ourselves and if we don't take care of ourselves in order for you to help others. So that's another aspect that I hold dear to me, and was the learning from Shivaratri as well. Availability. So life has been quite a roller coaster. That being said, and that's with everybody, right? As I said, everybody has their own experiences and their journey that they're going through. The main thing is picking up and moving. Remembering that when you're serving, be it a seva, and this is something I learned a few months ago from Swamiji mentioned it. When you're doing a seva, there's no good feeling or bad feeling. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. You're privileged to go and actually serve and be given the opportunity to do what we're doing. And by making yourself available, it's like come hail, storm, high water. It's not about you in that moment. It's about the devotees of the ashram and serving. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm hoping that it's coming across correctly. And zero expectations and doing everything unconditionally is the main thing. Again, zero expectations means you flowing with the current as opposed to against the current. And doing things unconditionally kind of means no expectations, right? And that's what our tradition teaches us as well. The last most important thing, always make sure plugs are on plug switches are on as well. So I thought I would have learned this from Navaratri, but evidently not. And then there was a slight boo-boo on my side um, uh, with the technical setup. But lesson learned: check the plugs and check the plug switches. Yeah. So this brings me to the end of my experience sharing. Even though it's short and sweet, I really hope that it's an experience that helped. I know it's helped me. So yeah. Jai Mohanji.
जय जय भोलेनाथ शंभो महादेव शिव शंकर जय जय भोलेनाथ शंभो महादेव शिव शंकर